students, we continue with chapter number 4, Animal Kingdom. Now you will study different characteristic features of different phyla. First phylum is Porifera. Pori means pore. Animal having pore throughout their body. Can you see this pore? Animal having pore throughout their body surface are classified under phylum Porifera. They are commonly called sponges. Generally, they are marine and have cellular body organization. Body is made up of cell. So, they have cellular level of body organization. Important feature is presence of water vascular system. Water transport or canal system. Water enter through minute pore. Can you see this minute pore? Water enter through this minute pore into the body cavity, which is called spongocoel. So water enter through small hole into the spongocoel, and from spongocoel through osculum it goes out. So this pathway of water is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange and removal of waste. So purpose of this water transportation is food gathering, removal of waste and respiratory exchange. This spongocoel is lined with ciliated cell. It is called choanocytes. These choanocytes have cilia. They create current towards the osculum. They beat, they make movement towards the osculum so that water leaves the body through osculum. Body is supported by a skeleton of spicule or spongin fiber. So it is a primitive type of skeleton. Sexes are not separate. It is hermaphrodite. Egg and sperm are produced by the same animal. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by formation of gamete. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect, having larval stage which is morphologically different from the adult. Whenever you study this phylum, learn some point like first point is habitat. Where are they found? Sponges are marine. Then body organization. Body organization of sponges are cellular. Then they have water transport or water canal system. Water enter through small hole called ostia or pore. Enter the body cavity, spongocoel, goes out through osculum. It is for respiratory exchange, gathering food particle and for removal of waste. Then digestion is intracellular. So after body organization, describe physiological processes one by one. Digestion is intracellular. Skeletal system made up of spicule. Reproduction. Sexes are not separate. They are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means both male and female are found. Male and female gametes are found in one individual. Asexual reproduction by fragmentation. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect. So whenever you describe this phylum, describe this point: habitat, body organization. Body organization means all details of the body. Then one by one, all the physiological activities: digestion, skeleton, reproduction. Nervous system. Nervous system is not found in this phylum. Now, example are Cycon, other name is Scypha, Spongilla, freshwater sponge, and use Spongilla, bath sponge. Second phylum is Coelenterata or Cnidaria. In previous description, I showed the NS of Hydra, internal structure of Hydra. Why the name Coelenterata is given? Because they have a central body cavity called coelenteron. So the name Coelenterata is given. This coelenteron exhibit both coelom and archenteron. Coelom is body cavity and archenteron is the cavity of gut. Gut means alimentary canal. Internally, our alimentary canal, esophagus, stomach, intestine, all are hollow organ. This hollow structure is called archenteron in embryonic condition. So coelenteron means it exhibits both coelom plus archenteron. Now, what is their habitat? Aquatic, mostly marine, sessile or free swimming. Body organization, radially symmetrical. Name Cnidaria is derived from cnidoblast or cnidocyst, stinging cell, which can paralyze the prey. So special feature is presence of cnidocyte, which make the prey unconscious. These cnidocytes are present on the tentacle. Cnidocytes are found in a capsule called cnidoblast. These cnidoblasts are for anchorage, defense, and for capture of prey. This phylum exhibit tissue level of body organization. In evolution, now we are going ahead. Porifera, they have multicellular body organization. A step ahead is Cnidaria or Coelenterata, where cell aggregate and form the tissues. They are diploblastic animal. Digestion is extracellular as well as intracellular. What is extracellular? In human, digestion is extracellular. Whatever we eat, it goes to the alimentary canal, passes from esophagus, stomach, and intestine. This esophagus, stomach, intestine are hollow structure. So food does not enter into the cell. Food remain in the hollow space. So this type of digestion where food remain outside the cell is called extracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion, food directly enters into the protoplasm of the cell. In amoeba, directly food enter into the protoplasm. That is called the intracellular. So extracellular means food does not enter into the cell. It remains in the hollow of the alimentary canal. And intracellular means food remain inside the protoplasm. That is about digestion. Now, some cnidarian have skeletal system made up of calcium carbonate. They exhibit different pattern of their body due to presence of calcium carbonate. Cnidarian exhibit two body form, polyp and medusa. Polyp is hydra. Hydra is cylindrical, reproduces asexually. So polyp form are cylindrical, reproduces asexually. You know, hydra reproduces by budding. A bud, an external outgrowth is formed. That is called bud. In Aurelia or Medusa, it is the Medusa form, means sexually reproducing form. So asexual reproducing form is polyp, which is cylindrical, and umbrella shaped form is called Medusa. It is found in Aurelia. In some organism, both polyp and medusa form are present. It is called metagenesis. So when an organism has both polyp and medusa form, they exhibit alternation of generation. Means polyp produces medusa by asexual reproduction and medusa produces polyp by sexual reproduction. So this is called metagenesis. So which point to learn? In Coelenterata, first habitat, body organization, skeletal system, digestion and reproduction. Example are Physalia, common name is Portuguese man of war. Second is Adamsia, sea anemone. Third is Pennatula, sea pen. Fourth is Gorgonia, sea fan. And fifth is Mandrina, brain coral. So second phylum is Cnidaria. Next phylum is Ctenophora. Ctenophora are also diploblastic animal which are radially symmetrical. Common name is sea walnut or comb jelly. Habitat, they are exclusively marine. Because they are diploblastic, they show tissue organization of the body. Their body bear 8 external rows of ciliated comb plate. Page number 51. Look into the diagram. These are 8 ciliated comb plate. Characteristic feature of this phylum is bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means they emit light during night like glowworm. Sexes are not separate means hermaphrodite. Reproduction by sexual means. Fertilization is external and development is indirect. Indirect means the egg converted into zygote. Zygote passes into larva, pupa and other developmental stages. That is called indirect development. Example, Pleurobrachia and Tinoplana. Next phylum is Platyhelminthes. Platy means flat and helminthes means worm. This group, Platyhelminthes, consists of animal having dorso-ventrally flat body. Dorsal means upper surface. Our back is the dorsal and abdomen and chest is the ventral surface. So here both dorsal and ventral surfaces are flat. So the name flatworm is given. So platy means flat and helminthes means worm. They are first triploblastic acoelomate multicellular animal. Now evolution is proceeding one step ahead. Slowly diploblastic animal have turned into triploblastic animal which have no coelom, and tissue level of organization has proceeded towards organ level of organization. What is the specialty? This is the head region called rostrum. This head region has hook for attachment with the host surface and sucker for sucking the food material. Even the animal's entire body surface suck the food from the host. So this animal is internal parasite even in some human also. So this animal is very much clever. It enters through contaminated food into our alimentary canal. It selects the most suitable place, that is small intestine, where already digested food is present. So first thing is that it should get attached with the wall of intestine. So these hooks are for attachment with the wall of intestine, and sucker and whole body surface suck the food from the host. Specialized cells called flame cells are present in this group. What is flame cell? They are for osmoregulation and excretion. Osmoregulation means control of water by protoplasm. These flame cells collect the waste of the body from each and every corner. Flame cells have cilia. These cilia help to collect the waste from the body. Pour the waste into a common duct that leads into the excretory pore. So flame cells flicker like the flame of a lamp. So name flame cell is given. What is their function? They collect the waste from the body and pour the waste into a common excretory duct which leads into the excretory pool. This animal is liver fluke. So example is tinea means tapeworm and fasciola means liver fluke. Fertilization is internal and development is indirect through larval stages. Some animal like planaria have high capacity of regeneration. If any part of planaria is broken, it would grow into the new part. Suppose the planaria is broken into two parts. Front part would develop the posterior part and posterior part would develop the front part. This is the specialty of planaria, that it has high power of regeneration. Next phylum is Aschelminthes. Ascos means cavity and helminthes means worm. Why the name Aschelminthes is given? Ascos means cavity and helminthes means worm. Common name of these worm is roundworm. Why they are called roundworm? Transverse section of the body is round. This is cylindrical structure. If we cut it widthwise, we will get the round pieces. So similarly, the worm is cylindrical. If we cut the worm transversely, we get round pieces. So name roundworm is given. They are also endoparasite. Roundworm have organ level of body organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, pseudocoelomate animal. What is pseudocoelomate? False coelom. Any structure during evolution does not appear at once. Similarly, coelom, a gap between two layers of mesoderm, it does not develop at once. First, the gap appears, then it is sealed with some cell. Again a gap appears and it is sealed by some cell. So broken gaps are there in this group called Aschelminthes. It is called pseudocoel or false cavity. First time, complete alimentary canal with muscular pharynx and anus is present. These are the animal showing first time two different sexes, male and female. Before this phylum, we have seen animals are hermaphrodite, means same animal have both male and female reproductive structure. But here in this phylum, sexes are separate for the first time. Male have curved tail and female are longer than male and have straight tail. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct or indirect. Example are Ascaris, roundworm; Wucheria, filarial worm. It causes elephantiasis. Then Encyclostomata, hookworm. So this is about which phylum? Aschelminthes. Platyhelminthes have flatworm and Aschelminthes have roundworm. Platyhelminthes are acoelomate. This Aschelminthes are pseudocoelomate. Here, incomplete intestine. First time, complete intestine. Animals are hermaphrodite. Both male-female sexes are in one individual. Animals have separate sexes. So this is the difference between these two. Next phylum is Annelida. This Annelida term is derived from annulus. Annulus means ring. Eidos means form. Animals having ring throughout their body surface. In previous lecture you have studied metameric segmentation. What is metameric segmentation? Where outer segment divide the body internally also. Example is earthworm, leech and nereis. You can see in your book earthworm, leech and nereis. This nereis has line throughout the body. These lines are not only external partition, but they divide the body internally also. They are first coelomate animal and their body is marked by segment called metamere. Aquatic annelid like nereis have lateral appendages called parapodia which help in swimming. Closed circulatory system present for the first time in Annelida. Nephridia, coiled structure which collect the waste from the body and pour the waste external surface of the body. So these nephridia are for osmoregulation and excretion. Osmoregulation means control of water by protoplasm. How much water is required by the body retained in the body and excess of water is given off. That is called osmoregulation. For example, if we drink 10 glasses of water, all this water would not required by our body. Only the necessary amount retained in the body and excess of water is given out. That is called osmoregulation. Nervous system consists of double solid ganglionated nerve cord. Nerve cord means thread. Two thread-like structure extend in the body from anterior to posterior part of the body. These nerve cord have small swelling called ganglion. Through ganglion, nerve fiber arrives and innervates the whole body. Repeating, what is nerve cord? Before formation of spinal cord, lower animal have two thread which is called cord because it is connected with nervous system. So it is called nerve cord. It has small swelling at regular interval. So these swelling are called ganglion. From ganglion, nerve fiber arise and innervate the whole body surface. So nervous system appeared in this phylum, which is double solid ganglionated. Now Nereis is an aquatic animal which is dioecious. Dioecious means male and female are separate. Earthworm and leech are monoecious. Monoecious means one animal has both male and female sex organ. Example Nereis, Paratima, earthworm, Hirudinea, blood-sucking leech. So now we are going ahead in evolution. Acoelomate triploblastic, slowly pseudocoelomate, Aschelminthes, phylum animal appeared. After that, Annelida, coelomate animals. Now, next group is Arthropoda. Arthros means jointed and poda means leaf. For the first time in evolution, animals of Arthropoda have body divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Remember the cockroach. Body of cockroach divided into three parts: head, thorax and abdomen. So first time in evolution, animal body show three parts: head, thorax and abdomen. Then they have appendages. Appendages means limbs. Our hands and legs are called appendages. These animals have jointed appendages. Joint means this, so that they can make movement. This Arthropoda is the phylum having highest number of animal. They are bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented and coelomate animal. Exoskeleton is made up of chitin. In cockroach, if you touch the cockroach, brown hard part is chitin. They have respiratory organ gill, book gills, book lungs or tracheal system. Because this is the phylum having highest member, some member which are aquatic have gills for respiration. Some have book gills. What is book gill? Here the gills are thin, arranged one above the other like pages of a book. So it is called book gills. Repeating, what is book gills? Gills are very much thin, arranged one above the other like pages of a book. So it is called book gills. Book lungs and tracheal system. Trachea means tube. Circulatory system is of open type. Already you have studied in open circulatory system. Hemocoel is the body cavity and blood enter from hemocoel into the heart through small hole called ostia. Then blood from heart goes back into the hemocoel. That is called open circulatory system. Sensory organs are antenna. Antenna are two hair-like structure. Eyes are compound or simple. Compound eyes are made up of small unit called ostia. So, what is compound eye? It is made up of many small units called ostia. Statocyst, the balancing organ. Excretion take place by Malpighian tubule. They collect the waste from the body and pour the waste outside the body. Mostly dioecious. Dioecious means male and female are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are mostly oviparous. Oviparous means egg laying animal. They lay egg. Development may be direct or indirect. Now, because this is the largest phylum, example are also many. Economically important insect are apis. Apis means honeybee. Bombyx, silkworm. Laccifer, lac insect. Vectors, Anopheles, Culex, and Aedes. Gregarious pest, locust, and living fossil is Limulus or king crab. So learn this example properly. In exam 2-mark question is asked about the members of phylum Arthropoda. Next phylum is Mollusca. Mollis means soft. These are soft animal which are terrestrial, marine or freshwater. They have organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate animals. Body is covered with calcareous shell made up of calcium carbonate. Unsegmented body which have head, muscular foot and visceral hump. So body is divided into 3 parts. Which 3 parts? Head, muscular foot and visceral hump. A soft and spongy layer of skin form the mantle over the visceral hump. The space between hump and mantle is called mantle cavity. Hump means elevation. There is a fold of skin below this hump. Hump means elevation. This is fold of skin. This space is called mantle cavity. Feather-like gills are present in mantle cavity. The anterior head region have tentacles. The mouth contains a file-like rasping organ for feeding called radula. They are usually dioecious, oviparous with indirect development. So this group has 2 types of animals, some having shell and some are without shell. Example, phyla. Phyla commonly we call skunk, apple snail. Pinctella, pearl oyster. Sepia, cuttlefish. Loligo, squid. Octopus, devilfish. Aplysia, sea hare. Dentalium, tusk shell and Chaetoplura chiton. So now we will continue with the next phylum in the next part.